tilts her basket away to hide whatever is inside.
You want to see what I got? I'm not telling.
She raises her eyebrows, encouraging you to pry further. This girl is either very confident or too young to know shyness.
Okay, show this interest.
Oh, you're not being fun. It's really worth seeing.
She twists her lips to one side, mimicking a more adult, thoughtful gesture.
Tell you what, I'll show you what's in the basket if you do something for me.
Yeah, sure.
Excellent. I want you to kill my mother.
What?
She looks to check if you're paying attention, then points to a figure working at the other end of the field.
She's boring. She keeps making me work when I want to play.
The girl bursts into peals of laughter. She doubles over the basket, laughing so hard she's barely able to stand. When she can speak again, she says,
You should have seen your face. You really should.
She beckons you over, gives you her basket. 3 kittens snuggle up at the bottom. They're barely old enough to open their eyes.
Ma gave them to me for being good. I've called them Badb, Matcha, and Anand, after a story Nana told me.
She preens.
I'm very clever, you know.
Dude, she gave me a heart attack almost. She freaking almost gave me a heart attack. Let's get to the freaking Detroit. You freaking almost gave me a heart attack, dude. Let's explore.
The rain is coming down so hard, it's a wonder the sidewalk hasn't started to crack. You manage to find a narrow patch under a ledge where you can stay dry. A squat man, bundled up in a black fur coat and matching hat, approaches. The thick rain flattens and mats his fur. He squints up at you.
You're in my spot.
He crows.
Crows.
Alright.
He thanks you as you step aside, back into the rain. You keep walking, hoping to find more shelter. Now that you see the man from a distance, you're not sure the fur is a coat. A pair of red eyes shine back at you.
Damn.
The rain stops a minute later. You look back up the road, but the squat man is gone.
You know, I'm lucky I did move. Dedication and the forecourt, Detroit. You wander the streets of the city looking for a way to make some cash. Let's look for work. You're standing outside of the apartment of a department store that emphatically had no day work available, when an exasperated woman carrying a small terrier rushes out on the sidewalk. Here you, she says. What you want him for me? He keeps chewing the shoe. There'll be only a minute. Yeah, sure. Thank you. She cries and heads inside again. The terrier seems perfectly content in your arms until she returns and scoops him up, leaving you with a very generous tip. Thanks. That's more like it. Let's go to the city. There's another place over there, so I'm going for it. I think it's a city. I'm not sure. Figure out only after see what's inside this place first.
There's a truck parked here. The driver mistakes your look for curiosity.
You want to see something interesting?
He asks, pointing to the trunk. He opens it. There's hundreds of metal tubes with little numbered screw-on caps sorted in wooden racks.
Cool.
We've been surveying, he said. It's my job to study soil health. The trunk has a map taped to it, marked with numbered dots. I can show you the one from your hometown if you see it here.
If you see it here, I won't see it. It's not on the map.
It's an official-looking map, but the state borders and rivers are wrong. Half your county is missing. The surveyor offers you a coin for directions to your hometown, but his notes are funhouse mirror English writing. Fascinating, he murmurs. We learn so much from you folks.
Uh-huh. Well, shit. I think that's not also a survey. He might be... Well, he might be some guy who gonna wage war. Who knows? Anyway, it's time to go check another town. Where am I? I'm over here. Something over there. Now to just take a car to the next place. Where about this? Are there no cars coming out? Don't think so. That's weird. Oh well. Take me with you. Please. Guess not. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Over here. Okay, from that. Oh. Nice. Take me with you, buddy. Come on. No, not you. Thank you. Very much. Let's go to the next town. Or next state, I believe. There are places I have not gone to yet. I had to collect some more stories before going to it. Because... Well, I don't have enough stories for the time being. To go and check those old boys and ladies and girls and whoever that there is. Over there at the moment. But there is a campfire there, and I'm gonna check it right away. Actually, let's explore the city. Wait. Yeah, let's explore it.
It's the midday, and yet this whole neighborhood is eerily quiet. Everyone seems to have retreated into their homes as if warned of something. You soon realize what? The reciprocating sound of a Thompson gun, emptying its drum.
Shit.
You get behind a car, putting the engine block between you and the sound. But it's muffled, coming from inside a building. You're in no danger, you think. So you allow yourself a peek above the black hull of the car. And running down the cobblestone street, a man in fine, blood-spattered clothes. He has his hands out, mouth open, screaming something. But you don't catch what he says. He's drowned out by gunfire, and his body slumps to the ground.
Obviously, it's a fucking Thompson. Literally like shoot like holding the trigger for 2 seconds empties the whole mag. That's your
The
fortune.
men responsible, three abreast in dark overcoats and wide hats, walk up to him to check on the body. The smallest of the three has a nervous energy about him.
People are gonna see us, boss.
People ain't gonna see nothing. Not on these streets.
Well shit! You wander the street of the city looking for a way to make some cash. Not looking for work. I'm feeling good about today. Crows a young man in the line with you outside the factory. Feeling pretty good. Today's our lucky day. Stop, Bill. Every time you say that, nobody hiring. Shouts the man further back in the line. I don't know who to side with. I'm gonna side with Bill. The door bursts open. We're taking all comers. Shouts the floor manager. Bill gives you a whoop. I knew it. He crows. You shout along with Bill. Fuck you, Bill. The cynic shouts. You had nothing to do with this. Whether or not he did. We all get paid. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Where was the campfire? Oh, here you are, honey.
Just a moment there.
He says, shaking your hand.
I'm Paul Dalhart from the Republican Herald. You may have heard of it. Syndicated in 6 counties.
Mm-hmm. Never heard of
Well,
it.
no matter. But listen, you may have noticed a vocal few out there. I call them naysayers, who throw up their hands and fly the white flag as soon as life gets a little tough. But wouldn't you agree that it's never been a better time to live and do business in this country?
I'm gonna agree just because.
He nods happily, scribbles down your details for the paper.
I could tell you weren't a naysayer the first time I saw you. My thanks.
And his voice drops to a conspiratorial whisper as he palms you a quarter.
From a brother in arms.
Thanks. Display portal strictly positive views. You know, as long as you're happy, I am happy too. So that's okay. Cassidy.
I've met a lot of people like you on this road.
Yeah.
There's something you want from it, isn't there?
Mm-hmm. Stories.
A desire that scratches and scrapes away at the sides of your body.
No, stories.
Does being out here feed that part of you?
Kinda.
It's that way for me. Living in a state of motion, resting nowhere, returning to no one.
I like that.
I've been a wandering ghost for a while now, and I'll be that way for some time to come.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a fate I should have known I was in for. I'm a poet, after all. I need an optimistic story right now. Something to put a smile on my face. Can you think of any like that?
Kinda, yeah. Let's see. There's a Bison Loose, that's sad story. There's a fortune teller who's dark past, no. There's a dead creature, no, that's a stereo one. Another man's key, Boston. You know, this one never gets old. Just a Another man's key.
I don't think I'm in the intended audience for that joke.
Oh, sorry.
Faith? You know the hardest person for anyone to have faith in? Is themselves.
True.
Sometimes I think there are things we know deep down are true, but we tell ourselves the opposite thing, just to get away from having to face that truth.
Mm-hmm.
You ever done
really.
this?
Yeah.
Sometimes you love someone and you tell yourself you don't.
Exactly.
Sometimes you know something is right and you tell yourself it's wrong.
Dude. Who the hell told you about me?
You have to find some trust in yourself to understand it. Alone, out here, I spend too much time inside my own head. Can you tell me a hopeful story to lighten my mood?
I can think about one, yeah. Let's see. Tester of the Rider, no. Tester of the Magician's Ghost of, no. Tester of the newspaper reporter with sick positive views, that's not hopeful. Tester of the soldier comes some, that's sad. Color of the street, Tester of a woman. Tester of the strange commoner on the street of Boston, Tester of the light lamp. I guess it's hopeful. The two lovers dwell in the presence of love.
That's a good one. We do reach up like that, towards hope.
Mm-hmm.
The past haunts me. Every day I think about how things used to be. There was a time when it felt like Silas and I were inseparable. My poems, his books, we were part of each other's ideas.
Nice.
Now, I don't know how to describe how much I've missed that voice. His voice. Imagine that, a poet at a loss for words. The one thing I thought I could do, just gone. I've been aching for something like a good ghost story. You know anything scary like that?
Oh, bunch of them. Oh, bunch of them. Hey, what this? The reader, fortune teller.
I don't always like the spooky ones, but you told that one well. Fate. There's fate in the world. It's certainly real. Have you ever felt that the hand of destiny guided you to someone?
No.
That there was this deep karmic connection between you and a certain specific person. The burnt after images from an unremembered life, perhaps.
Nope.
You might be irresistibly drawn to that person, but be careful. That's just the kind of person that can hurt you the most.
Yep,
So,
true.
in reality, it's bad luck to meet someone from a past life.
Well, that depends. That actually depends on a lot of stuff, you know.
It might be better to run away.
Like I said, it
Sometimes
depends.
I want to hear a sadness that resonates with my own. Do you know any stories like that?
Yeah, few. Highs and lows.
The tragedy in that story, it's real. Have you ever tried writing poetry?
No,
Change.
it's hard.
I've seen a lot of change. Everything.
How's it-
Everyone I thought I had is gone.
Oh,
Our
shit.
friend Pauline, she had a big house and a husband who often wasn't around, so naturally, that's where we went for readings. We were wild, radiant, sweaty, alive. All kinds of people came and all of them were poets. All of them with such beautiful souls. Each with so many things to say and the true heart to share them. It's hard to believe that's all gone now. Sometimes I want to hear a sadness that resonates with my own. Do you know any stories like that?
I think. Give me a second, let me check. Either a ghost, not this one. Soldier came to find, yeah. This one is freaking depressing, dude.
That one was like getting locked out in the cold with nothing but your sorrow. I liked it. Travel. Well, I've wandered for a long time, but I only feel worse than I did before. I walk and walk and never get anywhere. Never solve anything. I'm not even sure what I'm looking for any longer. If I'd known things were going to end up this way, maybe I wouldn't have fancied myself a poet. Turns out, it's a miserable way to conduct yourself. You
True.
know? Don't worry about me, though. I'll be fine. Worry about taking care of yourself. I miss the old group. I really do. I still have that image in my head. Pauline's house, the poets, Jess, me. But on top of them all, there's Silas. In my memory, he looms. He haunts. You ever meet someone so far above everyone else? It's like they were from a different plane altogether.
Mm-hmm.
That was him. A divine presence among normal human beings. Silas was part of the group, but at the same time, he wasn't. He was better than any of us. Wiser, gentler, stronger. We all held him in respect. We were in awe of his power as a writer, in reverence for the beauty of his soul. I still love him. Look, I'm headed out this way. If you find yourself out there, maybe we'll meet again.
Sure thing, man. Take care. See you around. Oh, nice. I can check what they at. So question, where have I been, where I have not been? Whoa. Let's go by NC stories. Wow. There are a few close by. Yes, I'm going the right way. Oh, there are a bunch of freaking stories in this game. Okay, I'm going the right way. Wow. Really freaking a lot of stories over here. Going the right way, right? But there is nothing over here. Oh, well. Shit. Didn't get front door last time. Anyways, there are a few stories behind me, so let's go get them. Spend a while in the cool shade of the gas station. You notice three kids sitting beside their family. Not the cashier, the shortness seems embarrassed. The old says about the headless Hussein of Sleepy Hollow. You realize it's almost as he's telling a new version of the Tale of the Rider in the Woods, but with new exciting over-the-top details. The past came out stopping fiercely out of the gas station because of you must stand. I already got it, come on. Wow, there are a bunch of freaking stories.
Ride with us a little while, stranger.
It's a kind offer. Miles of dusty road through the rolling prairies have recast this landscape as an exhausting soup of wind and misery.
Come aboard the wagon.
There are 4 of them on the wagon. A perfect nuclear family. Mother, father, son, daughter, and a small fuzzy terrier trailing behind. But the pace of their movement is glacial. The draft horse ambles forward, one agonizingly slow step at a time.
Ain't no point rushing to get where we're going.
The wooden cart shivers with every pebble on the road that its wheels must laboriously traverse. The girl in the back pipes up.
The going's the point, see?
I'm gonna stay with them.
Time stretches wearily. The father sometimes makes half-inch adjustments to the horse's trajectory, keeping him from ambling off the road. There is some intimation that they are heading for Oregon, but at no point is it mentioned when they might arrive.
Yeah, that can't take way too long. Like, way too long. Oh, no. No, I just went there. Wow, dude, there are a bunch of freak... Look at how many stories are there. That can take forever. That can take for freaking ever. Wow, I don't know where to go now. Not there obviously though. Wish I can speed it up. Stop, stop! Dude, please, stop! I can't stop. I think I can't stop. I can't freaking stop. Okay. At least there's a few stories over there. Thanks for freaking stopping finally. Never mind. You won't freaking stop.
The car is a lifeline, your one hope to escape the encroaching storm. It rattles along a few yards ahead of the storm front, jouncing and juddering, one pothole away from being swallowed by the choking dust. A figure clings to support straps mounted on the back. You grab the straps and haul yourself up.
Oh,
Shouts the woman on the back.
a fellow observer.
She's wrapped in a scarf and aviation goggles, juggling a pen and a notebook while hanging onto the unsteady car. The dust scours your face and rips at your clothes.
We're not done with our observations.
She threads one arm through the straps and makes another attempt to write, but it comes out illegible.
Blast it. Get inside and take dictation, will you?
You're insane.
No, just enthusiastic.
She shoves your head through the open back window, and you tumble inside. Pen and notebook land in your lap.
Ready?
I'm gonna pull you inside, you dumb woman.
She protests, but lacks the purchase to fight you as you haul her inside the car.
Oh, fine.
She slaps the headrest of the driver's seat.
Judith, let's go.
That was a crazy woman. Judith, please stop walking alone. Let me do my stuff. Let me be able to walk where I want to walk.
3 delivery trucks sit on the waterfront, their drivers securing the cargo. 12 cop cars form a protective half ring around them. Their occupants seem to be gearing up for combat.
That's what's happening.
You approach a pair of cops. The broad one pushes shells into a shotgun with a practiced motion and an undercurrent of excitement. His wiry partner indicates the trucks.
We gotta get these through. Keep them secure.
The broad cop grunts. You been living under a rock?
Strikers.
Says the other. Socialist motherfuckers. The broad one adds. The wiry cop looks away.
Why are they
The
striking?
broad cop sneers. Doesn't matter. They better fall in line. The other shakes his head.
My cousin's out there. I don't think their demands are...
Maybe you're standing on the wrong side. Come on. They walk off to join a briefing huddle.
Let's sabotage the car.
It's a token act of resistance, but it's something. You drop onto your belly, the car between you and the gathered cops, and locate the fuel line. You jab a knife into it. It takes a few attempts, but you nick it just right and cover your face as gasoline pours out. You stand to find the thin cop watching. He looks between you and the fuel leaking over the asphalt. The two of you lock eyes for a long second.
Go.
He says,
Thanks! You want the state of look forward to make some cash. Let's look for work. At anyone at the lush forecourt standing outside a boutique lamb store with a package run nearly as tall as she is. You there? She calls. Can you lift this? Give it a try. It's a huge and unwieldy but light as anything. Carry it down my house and we'll work something out. No one declares you lift you have the package and follow her. She begins to ramble a story about her living in her interior decorator. Husband tasting rugs. God, this is more fascinating, ma'am. You follow by the sound of her voice. The lamp box is so large you can't see think. Eventually she exclaims, "Here we are." Thank God. You lay the box down in her living room. It is nowhere near as luxurious as she made it sound. A card table, a writing couch, and a wall tapestry done in a grot, grotesque imitation, medieval style. This will really tie the room together, she exclaims. At least she tips you. Well, whatever you say, ma'am. Whatever you say. Good. Just look at the amount of freaking stories. This will take me forever. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go to those and then those. Dude, please let me walk the way I want to walk. Please, you know. Why is it lagging so much? It's an offline game. What's going on? This is so freaking weird. I think it's not doing that well today. I don't know what's going on. It's really freaking weird. Anyways, we got... you know what? I'm gonna take those 5 stories and they're gonna end it today. This is gonna take a long time for me to finish, but I'm gonna finish it. Dude, for real? Every time that there is a freaking thing over there, you see me there is a way I can cross the freaking river. I wanna go back all the way. Excuse you, how will I cross the freaking river? Can I go to the freaking sea? Or around it? What's the Korea? Why is there no place to cross over here? That ain't fun. Ah, going back all the way back. Okay, I'm back. Thank you. Alright, let's go back there and let's get those freaking stories now. Finally, I'm there.
The Twisters touch down in a cornfield, fence posts flying in its wake. The huge black stallion charges toward the tornado. On its back, a cowboy whips his lasso through the churning air, nearly matching the Twister's speed. His wild laughter carries on the wind.
Nice.
God damn it, Bill!
Another man hollers, clapping his hands to his hat to keep it from flying off.
Quit being a damn fool!
The man on the horse turns toward him and flashes a beatific grin. before digging his heels harder into the horse's flanks.
I'm gonna keep watching.
His Stetson goes flying, caught by a gust. He doesn't seem to notice. He barks a single yee-haw as he stands in the stirrups, leaning into the whirlwind. In a moment, man and beast are enveloped in the storm. All you can hear is Bill's wild laughter.
I feel him. That would be crazy and dumb and lovely. All of the above. You know what? Those stories and I'm gonna be done.
Deep in the fields, you come across a group of young men clearing weeds and sod from a roadside plot. Pitchforks flying, weeds dying. You almost don't notice that the dark lump beside them is a dozing boy, lying smack dab in the middle of their work. There's an odd frenzy to the way these boys are ripping the sod apart. When they notice you approaching, they jog over and stand silently between you and their sleeping comrade. The youths share nervous looks. The oldest steps forward.
Get going.
He blurts, leveling a pitchfork at your gut. His hands are shaking.
Is he
He
serious?
seems serious.
Is your friend
You
alright?
step closer, and the ringleader loses his nerve.
He died.
He blurts.
He was sweating and crying and he just fell over. They won't come get us with the truck till sundown.
You realize now that the sleeper's been posed. The ashy shadow on his face wasn't cast by a tree.
Shit! He just killed your friend, guys. Ain't cool. Ain't cool. Wow, that's dumb. Why do you do that? It's breaking time at this half-finished bridge. The workers are gathered around a young man who sits in a bucket like a king. They listen rapidly to his story about dead woman in the yellow ribbon. It's no tale. You know, it's the story of the elegant woman and the small town, but heavily embellished. The young man on the bucket tells it's masterfully doing all the voices as if he's told it this way 1,000 times over. What a story! It's something close to what happened actually, but this version is pretty good. You will have an easy time remembering it. Well, that's nice. Just gotta go to get more forest stories. We get like 10 stories every time or so. So it's like I won't make too long of a video of this game. Or so I hope. No, I'm going to that one first. Hold up, where is it at? Dude, where is it at? Okay, I'm close. Wow! Step out of freaking walking. Okay, I'm almost freaking there. Where is it? Should be around here, right? Is it the train? I think it is the train. Screw you. Okay, let's get to our town. Let's get more stories. Go on. Someone lead me to the next town, please. It's not. No one's gonna lead me to the next town. Okay, we're gonna get our last stories finally. If I might see you walking by, listen, he says, you're quarantined in. If you and if you want to rest up a spell, you can sleep in the hay and help me with the chores when you're awake. Seems a good honest offer, and the hay looks inviting. After a few hours nap and some light chores, you take your leave. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot.
The storm swept in just before sundown, heralded by a purple sky and electricity in the air. He sought shelter alongside a grizzled farmer. All he can do is pace, muttering to himself.
Can't just stay here.
You catch.
Gotta find her.
He looks up at you.
My daughter was out down the road.
He balls his fists.
God. Fuck this.
He hauls open the door, shielding his face from the fierce dust. He runs out into the storm.
Yeah, I'm gonna help him.
The dust scours your skin, and razor winds whip at your clothing. You struggle for breath. The maelstrom has turned the world murky red.
Okay, keep going.
You press on through the storm. You see the farmer up ahead. He's on his knees. A great, dark shape made from swirling dust looms over him.
Shut the
You
warning.
manage no more than a cough. The dust thing engulfs the man in his body. The storm whips faster. You can't breathe. You have to get back to shelter. You make it to safety, but don't manage any sleep. The storm settles in the early hours. You find the farmer laid out in the street, his corpse a shriveled mass. He has one arm stretched out in front of him, as if to crawl.
That is really freaking sad. I'm gonna need to heal, to find something to eat. Because my health is a little low. Maybe next time.
Surrounded by fields of corn and rye, a small farm lies fallow. Its tiny stable crumbles into disrepair, and foxtails sprout from its fields. Inside, the sunlight filtering in through two small windows turns to hazy gray shafts in the thick dust that blankets the interior. There's not much in the way of furniture, but on a rustic kitchen table, a handwritten note catches your eye. Never open. It's addressed to Martha and unsigned. Her name is written in the stiff letters of a man for whom literacy is more a formality than habit. If you find this, I'm already gone. Don't come looking for me. Rest is scratchy spirals and circles of halfway readable writing about the noises from the cellar and the hunger in the darkness. The
Good
cellar
on the
door
cellar.
at the edge of the abandoned kitchen calls to your attention. The door is unlatched. The ground below is deeply stained with some dark residue you can't identify. Upon it, only ancient piles of chains and manacles, slowly turning to rust.
Shit. I'm leaving, buddy. I'm leaving. I'm so freaking leaving. What is that? This time I'm sharing an outlandish tale with one of her regular. I heard from my sister-in-law, she says. Happened to her daughter, friends. It's true. She noticed you listen. Hey, have you heard this one before? Which one? She regales you with the story about the soldier who journeyed 20 years for love. Halfway through, he realizes the story of the soldier who came home to find his girl getting married, but highly embarrassed. What do you think about that one? Wes exclaims. It's an interesting tale. Sure is, she agrees, and true, every word of it. Well, that one is I doubt. Because everyone said it's true, but it's not. Wow. At least I got a few of them done. River Cross Road, Needlebush Road. There's sitting behind me. That's far. Look at this. Why did it have to be so huge? Look at how many fucking stories out there. That's gonna take me freaking forever. Wow. What do you mean scrap a story? Oh, nice, I got a bunch of stories. Anyways guys, this is the end of the episode for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, consider liking it, consider subscribing. And I'll see you guys with a new episode later on of this game, which is gonna take me months to finish, obviously. So yeah, that's it. See you guys next time. Ciao ciao.